The first one, you're going to love the first one, you guys. Page 15. What would I do to both sides? Square them because my square roots are already by themselves. What's the square root squared? They get rid of each other. 9u minus 4. And the right side? 7u minus 20. Then just go solve for u. So this one we love. This one is quick. Subtract 7u. Add 4u. And what's u? Negative 8. What happens though if I plug that in? What's 9 times negative 8? Negative 72 minus 4. We're not taking square roots of negatives, are we? So if that one doesn't work, how many solutions are there? No solutions, and that's fine. We can do it. It's just annoying. So Edge, I just want to make sure you got 21 on the previous page. On this guy, I can square both sides. And the right side is beautiful. The right side right away is going to get me what? A plus 12. That left side, annoying. Let me show you what we got. We got root A plus 21 minus 1 times a root A plus 21 minus 1. Gross. When we do that, we've got to go distribute. Well, what's root A plus 21 times root A plus 21? A plus 21. Thanks, Truett. Then, check this out. What is root A plus 21 times a negative 1? The negative's outside a root, and this is in a root. So whatever's outside stays outside. So we've got just a negative root, correct? So I'd have like a negative 1 root A plus 21. Then, what do I get here? Did I mess up? What's up?
A plus 1. On the left. Right.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, guys. What a goof. Thank you so much. So we've got root. Okay. Thanks for listening. Are we cool with this part? Okay. Are we going to get the same thing here? I'm going to get another minus 1 times that root. What's up, bud? Okay. Then we'll do negative 1 times negative 1. Plus 1. Thanks. You guys, I told you, this one is the worst. This is why I didn't want to go through this one yesterday. Does anything simplify? What would this A plus... I'm sorry. If I wanted to get rid of my A's, do I have an A on both sides? Would they cancel? Okay. What about 21 plus 1 here? I'd get 22 on this side. Now, how would I combine? Here's what we got to think about. All right. Negative 1 root minus 1 root is just like what is negative 1x minus 1x? Negative 2x, right? So this is just going to get me negative 2 root A plus 21. Equals on the right side, we got a 12. Okay, here's where this problem gets annoying, y'all. We've already squared both sides and we still have a square root. That's annoying, but it is our reality. So in order to get rid of that square root, we want to move things away from the square root to get that square root by itself. So could I subtract 22 from both sides? We can do that. All right, let's subtract 22. And then that would get me negative 2 root equals negative 10. Divide by that negative 2. Very good. Band D. I've got root A plus 21 would equal 5. Now you're like, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. I agree, but do I have a root by itself again? Could I square both sides? Yes, we can. So this case made us square it twice. That's annoying. So I have a root, I just have an A plus 21 equals 25, right? And therefore, A is going to be 4. Let's check it. What's 4 plus 21? 25. Square root of 25. 5 minus 1. 4. This side got me 4. Let's plug that 4 in over here. 4 plus 12. 16. Square root of 16. 4. So the two sides equal each other. I'm down with that. A equals 4. These ones are basically, what are we saying that my square roots... Okay. No, well, how I want to start this. Just solve this like normal. Solve this like normal. What would we do to both sides? square both sides. So we'd get 4x plus 5. 4x plus 5 is going to be less than, if I squared both sides, would be less than or equal to 100. Let's go get what x would be. 4x plus 5 would be less than or equal to 95. Sorry, my bad. 4x would be less than or equal to 95. Divide by 4 and we'd get x is less than or equal to, just leave it, 95 fourths. We don't need to get an actual value. Don't care one bit. Here's what I got to make sure that we do. It says solve each inequality. Make sure to state the bounds if there are any. Meaning, you guys, what do we not have to worry about this year with the square roots? We don't have to worry about the imaginary ones, right? I don't want this to be a negative number. So what we have to do off to the side is you got to say, hey, whatever's under my square root, it's got to be greater than or equal to 0 because I don't want to deal with imaginary numbers. So you always take what's under my square root and say, you got to be positive, or you could be 0. I'm down with the square root of 0. I'm not down with a square root of a negative number. So let's go solve for x here. If I subtracted 5 and divided by 4, what you're telling people is as long as your x is bigger than negative 5 fourths, but smaller than 95 fourths, then this will be a true statement. So it's just, this is helping us not have a negative under my square root. So our answer would be, my x has to be smaller than 95 fourths, but bigger than negative 5 fourths. This is an and. This is giving us the region of values that make this true. Sure. Okay, you guys, again, same thing. Let's go solve for x first. Just like normal, we would go ahead and square both sides. And we get b plus 4 is less than or equal to 36. What's my b got to be less than? 32, right? But that might cause this to be the square root of a negative. Woof. So we got to then go make sure that whatever's under my square root is greater than or equal to 0. We don't want to have any imaginary numbers.
And what if it's not?
Well, then I would say b is greater than or equal to negative 4, like you'd solve for it.
Okay.
So then what you're going to say is you're going to say, all right, my answers have to be less than or equal to 32, but greater than or equal to negative 4. That's giving the region of values, the range rather, and saying as long as my b's are from negative 4 to 32, this will be a true statement. Let's try one more of these. Parker and Ben, you weren't here for this, so just tune on in. We're on page 15. Let me show you what we're talking about. This last problem here, in order to solve for these, you're like, okay, we can just square both sides, right? Square both sides, willy-nilly, we're all good. We'd get a minus 5 is less than or equal to 16. So we're going to get a is less than or equal to 21. So that's all good from yesterday. Here's the new part, Ben and Park and Steffi. We don't want to deal with imaginary numbers, right? We don't want the square root of negative numbers. So the other step that we got to do is you got to take what was underneath my square root and say, I don't want it to be negative. So we got to make sure that it's greater than or equal to 0 because I don't want to take the square root of a negative number. I don't want to deal with imaginary. So this is our other little step that we got to do. I would add 5 to both sides. And it's saying, hey, as long as my a values are bigger than or equal to 5, but also less than or equal to 21, that will make this true and not leave us with imaginary numbers. So you always put the smaller number on the left, the bigger number on the right, and we'll always have less thans or less than or equal tos. And this is just giving the range of numbers that will make sure that that's not an imaginary number and make this a true statement. So this is the new step. Take what's underneath your square root and always just make sure it's positive. That will give you this left-hand bound. Sound good?